Welcome to Clear Minds. Everyone wants to talk about the miracle of getting sober. You know, the new lease on life, the relationships you start to mend. But there's a quiet, dark corner of recovery that most of us avoid. It's the reason that so many of us, even years after we put down the drink or the drug, are still always broke. We're living paycheck to paycheck, feeling like we're totally failing at being a normal person. I get it because I lived it. I got sober, but my bank account looked like a natural disaster. So, in this video, we're going to skip the lectures about budgeting. We're going to dig deep into the real hidden reasons so many of us are stuck in a cycle of financial self sabotage. And then we'll walk the path to finally breaking free. First, let's just be real about the hole we started in. Active addiction is a financial tornado. It was a full time job we actually paid to work. It drained our bank accounts on the substance itself. And then it hit us with aftershock costs, legal fees, medical bills, maybe even the crushing expense of rehab. For so many, addiction costs jobs, homes, and relationships, leading to a mountain of debt or worse. That's our starting line. We get sober, stare up at this mountain of debt, a credit score that's been torched, and huge gaps in our resume. And we think, okay, the bleeding has stopped. Now I can rebuild. We figure that since the substance is gone, the problem is gone. But if you're watching this, you know it's not that simple. You might be sober, but you're still broke. And the shame that comes with that, it can be crushing. Here's the truth. Few people talk about getting sober doesn't magically fix your money problems because the debt was just a symptom. The real root cause is what addiction did to our brains. Addiction is a disease that hijacks the brain's reward system. It physically rewires our neural pathways to carve instant gratification ones. Research shows that addiction damages the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of our brain in charge of impulse control and thinking about the future. When we get sober, that wiring doesn't just vanish overnight. That deep seated craving for a quick hit of dopamine, the feel good chemical, is still there. So, what do? We transfer that addictive behavior to something else. And for a lot of us, that something else is spending. That Amazon shopping spree, that impulse buy at the checkout counter, that fancy dinner you tell yourself you deserve for staying sober, that's not a character flaw. It's your brain chasing the exact same reward it used to get from a substance. It's why you might find yourself spending even more money after you quit. This is the heart of the issue, a brain hardwired for impulsivity, trying to navigate a world that demands discipline. And to make it all worse, financial stress is one of the biggest triggers for relapse, creating a vicious cycle where money problems make you want to use, and using creates even more money problems. So, how do we actually break this cycle? I promise you, it's not about finding the perfect budgeting app. It's about healing the brain that's been hurt. First, we have to start treating our finances as a non negotiable part of our recovery. A budget isn't just about tracking your spending, it's a tool for practicing mindfulness and discipline, the very same skills that keep us sober. Think of it as a a spending plan that aligns with your new sober life. Start ridiculously small. The goal isn't to get rich overnight, it's to build a foundation, an emergency fund, even if you can only put $10 a paycheck into it. This creates a buffer against the kind of stress that can send you spiraling. Second, we have to rebuild who we are. For so long, our identity was wrapped up in our addiction. In recovery, we need a new purpose. Financial stability provides structure and routine, which are like the gold for sobriety. When you set and hit a small financial goal, like paying off one tiny debt, you build real self-esteem. It's concrete proof that you are capable, that you are in control. This isn't about getting rich. It's about building a life you don't need to feel like you need to escape from. And finally, this is the big one. You can't do this alone. Shame dies in the light. Find someone you can be honest with this, whether it's a financial counselor, a mentor, a recovery partner you trust, or a support group. Sharing your struggle is everything. You would be shocked at how many of us are fighting the same exact fight. We had to learn new coping skills for substance triggers, and we have to do the same for our financial triggers. This whole thing is a journey, and every one of us is at a different place on the road. So I really want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you've learned about money, good or bad, since you got sober. Let's finally kill the silence around this topic. And if this hit home for you, subscribe for more content about building a truly free life in recovery. Being chronically broke in recovery is real, but it doesn't have to be a life sentence. It's a symptom of a deeper wound, and that wound can be healed. By understanding the brain-based reasons for our financial self-sabotage, by folding our finances into our recovery program, and by rebuilding our lives with intention, we can absolutely break free. This isn't just about managing money. It's about reclaiming your power. It's a slow process, so be patient and show yourself the same grace you did on day one of your sobriety. You've already done the impossible. You can do this too.